Hi, water signs. I'm going to be doing your next couple of weeks, beginning June, your general read. So we're going to see what is coming in for you. So whatever spirit decides to say to you, this is what's going to come out, okay? So I'm going to be using my Sea Soul Journey cards, Oracle cards, and my Muse Tarot cards. And these just came in, so I'm excited to use these. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. Any of the tools or items that you see that I use during my readings, I will be leaving them in the comment section for you guys to look at, okay? So, Spirit, what is leaving in their energy that they should know about? And what energy is coming in for our water signs, please? So we're going to go ahead, do some quick shuffles, and see what Spirit has to say to you. All right. We're going to do 2 more shuffles, and then we'll go ahead and dive right into it. All right, guys, here we go. Spirit, what is leaving water signs life right now? What energy is leaving them at this point? Or what situation is leaving that they need to know about in general? Okay, so what you ended up getting is stretch. And it says, may you extend your reach. Okay, so we'll dive into that in a minute. And what I'm going to do is I'm also going to go ahead and see what is coming in into your vicinity, water signs. All right, Spirit, what is coming into their lives right now? What energy is coming into their lives? Okay. Wow, that's good. So you got bliss. May you feel deeply and transcend. All right, so we're going to go ahead and dive into it and see what stretch energy has to do with you. And remember, this is the energy that is leaving. So you're going to be in a place in the next couple of weeks where just that stretching energy is going to be, you already dealt with it, so it's going to be moving out of your life. And then we'll go into the energy that's kind of going to be coming in within the 2 weeks, which is bliss. So let's go ahead and look at that one. All right, so it's stretch. Let's take a look. If I can find it, let me see. There it is. Okay. So this card, this has to do with our reflection. It has to do with you being tested, willingness to be extended in your life. Like there's certain things in your life that needs to extend your capacity for movement. The limits of your endurance is asked for you to leave the safety of familiar land and explore the space between your desire to change and your capacity to stretch into the unknown territory. And so the blessing with this is that you end up growing, and you're going to allow yourself to be more either spiritual, more deep with yourself, or more loving to yourself. There's just certain things about you that you're going to be more of and allow to happen more in your life. And then you may extend beyond your current beliefs, and you may find suppleness and strength. So what you probably have already dealt with is that you have extended yourself either through work, your future, wanting future outcomes in your life, and you have been trying to work on that and trying to stretch yourself on how you're going to reach those things that you've been wanting. So career, it could be your hobbies, it could be family, friends, loved ones. It could be just anything in general. There's something that you have been working on that's been stretching you out to give a little bit more, do a little bit more in your life to reach a certain point where you can do well in that area. And sometimes stretching you as well is doing things that are not familiar to you. And so maybe some of you guys have been doing things different, either at work, you're being asked to do something brand new. It could be that your own relationship, if it's a love relationship, there's certain things that are happening within that relationship that is causing you to stretch and do things that you wouldn't normally do in the relationship, but you're doing it just so you can have a good foundation within the relationship that you're in right now. So stretching can be so many things, but the thing is that you already gone to that point of stretching yourself. And so we're going to go ahead and draw the tarot right here to give us a more in-depth look of what's going on here. Now for your what's coming in for your energy is bliss. So let's take a look at it and have like a deeper look and see what's going on there. If you see my cards moving, it's not for anything freaky. It's just my fan is blowing up on top, okay, and it's moving my cards around. All right, so there's a bittersweet gift, a cool water on warm skin. There is both pure delight and an aching tenderness. As love lives within grief and courage and vulnerability, bliss is both momentary transcendence and acute human experience. The blessing with this is that you may have the nerve to feel fully. You may breathe into the intensity, and you may discover that what delights you, and you may risk love. So bliss could be a whole lot of things. It could be that there's some beautiful things that are definitely coming in for you that you get to explore and feel and just get into in your life. So depending on what the tarot comes out, there's just something that you may kind of, slowly just go into and let it become a part of your life. And it, will bring a lot of happiness, but at the same time, with bliss, sometimes there's also other things that are happening in your life that cannot go with you, or has to die, or has to move away, or maybe the bliss is coming in after a time of, sadness or hurt or grief, but love still remains, okay? Regardless of the situation, love is still going to be here for you. And I think Spirit is saying that, just to remember that love is there. You're being supported, okay? But let's see what's going on here. Let's take this a little bit further. And let's go ahead and shuffle my Muse cards and see what comes out for you. Alright, Spirit, give us the cards to clarify what is happening with stretch, this energy that is leaving. Give us some more information on that, please, for our water signs. Alright, here we go. One more shuffle and then we'll just get into it, okay? Alright, here we go. Alright, Spirit. What is this about? What is this stretch, this energy that's leaving for water signs? What is this all about? What is this all about, Spirit? So 2 cards came out. So you have the 3 of Voices. Okay, yeah. You also have the 9 of Materials. Let's get one more. One more, Spirit, please. Okay, that one came out. All right. Okay, and you also have death. Okay, so remember what Bliss was talking about, okay? Because it did mention how there's certain things that, you know, just need to dissipate and go, and some of it may be sad, some of it is going to be hard to go through, but there's also love that remains regardless of what happens. And so anything that's happening, that's coming in for you, there's going to be joy and good things coming in for you, but at the same time, what is being left behind or what you had to go through, it's going to be a tough process, but you'll be able to do it, water signs, okay? So what you got here is the Three of Voices, the Nine of Materials, and the Death card. And so far what I'm seeing is that the Three of Voices has to do with the Three of Swords, which is, you know, going through something devastating, something that was very painful. And so because it aligns with the Stretch card, it says, may you extend your reach. So I feel like you guys have done everything that you could within the situation. And I think you gave so much of yourself. You extended too much of yourself and went beyond what you should have, to either appease people, appease a group of people, to do a whole bunch for your job. Like you probably did more than what you should have, more than your pay range is requiring. It could just be anything in general. Something is going on here that you gave so much that at the end, no matter what you did, you became hurt. Okay, so this Three of Voices here is sadness, it's hurt, and you're going through that period, or have gone through that period. You're going to be coming out of this, because remember, this is what's leaving. So whoever was, either a group of people or just what you were trying to work on, just didn't come through. If it's like your goals and dreams or a business, just something just didn't quite right, that it really affected you so much. And it brought you to a place of sadness and grief. And for some of you, it could also been that you've done everything that you could in a relationship, and this person ended up hurting you. Either they left you, or they unfortunately cheated on you, or they did something to have caused pain. They could have just said certain words to you, or behaved in a certain manner that just, you knew that this situation wasn't right, and it left you hurt. Now with this Nine of Materials is that now that you have dealt with this pain and hurt, and you're literally going through the sadness, you're realizing that now what you have to do is you have to stretch outside of these feelings and emotions. You need to reach out, and I think you have to reach towards the things that you want out of life, what you want for yourself. And so you have to extend yourself beyond what anybody else has done to you. You understand that you're betrayed or hurt in the situation, whatever it was. So now you feel like you have to extend beyond this and find your stability, find your strength, find what works for you. And I think you're going to go beyond this and decide to work on yourself, heal yourself, give yourself the stability, and continue to stay strong and provide for yourself. Now, this could be that maybe a job situation, they didn't do right by you and it hurt you very badly, and it caused you to either lose a job or just made you rethink of working there. And so you guys have decided to go ahead and work on your finances elsewhere, somewhere where you can really be stable and be well off financially. Maybe there's a situation where somebody did leave you behind and now you're on your own. But the thing is that it's not like you're on your own all pitiful. You're actually thriving. This is a Knight of Pentacles. You are your own stability. You know how to take care of yourself. You know how to give you what you need, and you know how to provide for yourself. But at the same time, while you're doing all these wonderful things for you, you look fantastic to the outside world. Everybody's watching you do well financially, see you doing stable, see you working on your own things, even though you have gone through something hurtful. But the thing is that you're still thriving regardless of what you've gone through. And I think that's why the stretch is here. You stretch beyond the pain, stretch beyond the situation that hurt you, and now you're thriving and doing for yourself. And I don't think you're going to sit in this situation for too long. I think you cried and did what you needed to do, but then all of a sudden you picked yourself back up. You wiped your tears and you just went on ahead and said, you know what, fuck this. I'm going to do what is best for me, and I'm going to work on myself, and I'm going to work on these things that I desire, and I'm going to provide for me, whichever way that is. And so I think with this death card here, if you notice, see that moth there? It had to go through a transformation. There's certain things that had to die out in order for this moth to produce wings and turn and change its body, how to transform. And so maybe there's certain things now that you're realizing because of this hurt and this big change that happened to you, this Three of Voices, what has happened is that if it definitely changed you, stretching beyond what you're feeling and going through in this situation, stretched you beyond and help you to reach transformation and change in your own life. Well, you have now, this whole situation has taught you some experiences and put you in a place of you gaining wisdom and knowing how to do certain things now in your life that before, without this experience, you would have never done on your own. Okay, so the death card is here. And yes, it's a hurtful thing. Endings are hard, but the outcome is amazing. So yeah, so you've gone beyond everything, and now you are so ready for the next thing that's coming in, which is bliss. Okay, so let's see what the tarot has to say about bliss. Let's see what comes out. All right, Spirit, give us some cards for bliss, please. What is the energy that's coming in for water signs, please? Okay, so you got the Eight of Inspiration, Queen of Inspiration, and then you also got the Three of Inspiration. Okay. So what's happening here, water signs, is that you guys are going to be doing. Y'all just going. You are going to find your bliss, and you're going to move yourself forward. You're not going to stay stagnant. And I think you reach beyond all of this, whatever you have gone through, whatever this was for you. You'll know what this was in the back here. So you stretched beyond all of this, and you went through things, and you decided to take care of yourself and move beyond some stuff and transform. And now that bliss, this energy of bliss is coming in, the old stuff that you were dealing with and the hurt and just the changes. Some of you may not have dealt with anything too hurtful or too sad, but just changes itself. Sometimes it can be overwhelming. So whatever this bliss is, let's go ahead and take a look. And so far, like I said, these inspiration has to do with wands. And so usually with wands, it has to do with planning, being creative. It's about movement, and it's very quick movement. It's not something that you just kind of, you stay in, okay? So it's something that you move yourself forward and try to do the best that you can in your own life for the things that you want. But remember, the Eight of Inspiration, which will be the Eight of Wands, is something that's happening very super quickly. And so it's coming in like speed, lightning. But it's definitely movement, and you're breaking free from being stuck in certain situations. And you are coming up with new ideas, new inspirations. And maybe there's even travel involved. Some of y'all may be moving, and maybe that's what this is. In order to transform and get beyond some of the things you had to deal with back here, Maybe something has happened where you have decided to really relocate and move away from the issues that you were having, and decided to start brand new somewhere else, and feeling like, okay, now that I'm going to be somewhere else, I can be creative here and I can make plans here and I can reach my goals, and now my passions are reignited because I'm here. For some of you, it could be that there is news coming in for you. Something's coming in that's going to ignite you to be this tenacious, passionate, creative person who is has all these great ideas and wants in their life, and you're not going to let anything get in the way of that. You're literally going to make decisions and move yourself forward very quickly, and you're going to collaborate in some ways, because this is the Three of Wands. You already made the plans. You already thought out what you're going to do. Now it's go time. Okay, so you're going to go after what it is that you want. And I think you're going to get what you're looking for. So you're going to be in a different place, water signs. Usually we're more like, we let our emotions guide us, or, you know, we're very intuitive. But at this time, there are certain things that are being lit right now in our lives, that the way we're behaving, I think that's where this death card is here. How we're going to transform is that we're not going to act like we usually do as a water sign. We're going to take on this fire sign energy, this element, where our passions are going to drive us and push us to get the things that we want. And how we think about what we're wanting is going to be totally transformed and totally different. And that's when bliss is going to come in. And you're going to feel and transcend. And this is going to be deeper than what you're expecting. What's coming in for you, this new energy, is going to set you into motion. And it's something that probably you haven't done before. I'm just curious to see what the outcome is, because right now it's looking really good. So let me see. What is the outcome, Spirit? What is the outcome for water signs? Ooh, okay. Listen here. I'm telling y'all, more movement. You got the Chariot. Because this is a collective water sign read. We know our fellow Cancers, this is their card, so this may really stand out more for the Cancers. But the thing is that the Chariot is a very intuitive card. It's the one where it follows its dreams and its desires and its passions, gets on its horse and it's gone. It follows that star, but it follows something that is spiritual and aligned for them to follow. The divine is going to show you the way where you need to go to get this bliss. You guys are not taking a no for an answer. You guys are going to be operating totally different water signs in the next couple of weeks. And you guys are going to go after what you want. There's going to be news and information coming in. There's going to be something that's going to set you into this place of movement and receiving and going after what you want and getting what you want. Okay, but here's the Chariot. You are gone. You're out. You're so fast. You're going hella fast to go after what it is that's going to bring you joy and happiness. And look at how she looks. She is surrounded by the sun. Clarity is going to come into you as well to help you make the decisions that's going to help you set off into all of this action. But in the end, it's going to bring you so much joy, water signs. Whatever this is, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a job situation, business, relocation, if it's just family in general, and just certain things that, you know, just weren't going exactly the way they need to be, and you're upset and sad, you're getting out of that. You're stretching beyond all of that, and you're going to a place where now you know that you need to reach for the things that bring you bliss and bring you joy, and that's action. That is planning. That is desire. That is knowing what you want for you and not taking no for an answer. And you guys are going after what it is. And it's going to bring you so much joy and freedom. And it's going to bring a spark back into your life that all of this shit back here is going to be nothing. Okay, and it's going to transform you. I think people are going to be surprised by it too, water signs. I don't think they're going to expect this part of you to come out. And in some ways, now that I think about it, now that I'm looking at it, because I am a water sign, I'm a Cancer, some of this seems like I would like to take for myself. And it's crazy because all of this right here, this fire right here, in my chart, I lie to you not, I'm a Cancer sun, but everything else is like fire, and there's very few other elements in my chart. But I literally have Sagittarius in like 6 different parts of my chart, and I'm like, really? Like my moon is Sagittarius, and there's other parts of my, I can't remember all the parts, but I remember it being like 6 different parts of me that's like Sagittarius. So this kind of, I feel like I can align with this. But yes, hopefully this really does speak to you, water signs, and it just does something to your soul, because tarot is all about getting advice from spirit, and sometimes at the time that we need it, spirit will speak to those who are ready to hear, those who are ready to do the action. Sometimes it reaches certain people and sometimes it doesn't, and it's because it's time for you to look at maybe other readers. Maybe they're going to be able to reach out to you in a different way than I can. But in this instance, if this is for you, then spirit guided me to you to tell you this is what's coming in and this is what's leaving. And so you are going in a different direction, and there's a lot of action and a lot of movement going on for you. But it's not like it's a bad thing. It's a beautiful thing, and it's going to bring you some joy. Okay? So if it resonated, please show me some love, guys. Leave me some likes and subscribes. Y'all take care of yourselves, and if this really does resonate, please leave me some comments in the comment section, okay? And y'all take care. Bye.